So I guess Earl Sweatshirt and The Alchemist are actually putting out an album together because we got a track list a couple of days ago on Instagram, and the title of the album, it's going to be War Dire. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sure someone will tell me. But just last night, we also got a new track, presumably the first single for this album that's supposed to be coming out tonight, titled Sentry, featuring Mike. Now, is this album the album that The Alchemist has been teasing everybody with? Saying, oh yeah, no, there's a hidden Earl and Alchemist project somewhere on YouTube. You just got to go find it. Or is this something brand new? I don't know. I haven't found that secret album, so I guess we got to wait and find out. But in the meantime, let's check out this track and see what we got going on with it. Let's fucking go.
Peace when I'm rolling around. Fire in the hole, burning out his soul like they seen a ghost in the shell.
I'm assuming these are anime references, but I don't know Ghost in the Shell that well. But also, fire in the hole, burning out his soul like they seen a ghost in the shell. Could be talking about a bullet, like you see the smoke come off a gun. Also, big account, easy rhymes, but Earl delivers it in a way that just works.
Froze up as colder than hell. Actually, I started in Illinois, coin, Swana and a kid. Blood stains on my fatherland, blood stains on my motherland.
He mentions these places, Illinois, but also the two villages. I just, shout out to his father and motherland. Just remembering where he came from.
Tough clay, all of his red. Stuck in the jeans and the fabric, in the 23 little strands.
All right. So, stuck in the jeans and the fabric, it's a play on words, because jeans like the pants, but also, that's where the fabric comes from. But jeans as far as like your genetic makeup. That's why the 23 little strands line makes sense there. You have 23 chromosomes. You don't have 23 strands of fabric. I guess you could. You could just have really long string going all the way through a pair of jeans, but
Freddie Hubbard sing through the axe, chop another piece off the brand.
Another play on words there with Freddie Hubbard singing through the acts. The way he said act sounds like an axe and chopping a piece off of the branch.
Where the demons would sit.
The demons would sit on his chest. That's what weighs him down. Whenever his chest feels tight. That was a cool way to loop it back around. If I had looked at I'm going to pull the video back just a little bit, but it looked like when he said it's time to eat, it kind of rewound. And then, because he repeated himself, it's not necessarily the whole thing. He kind of reiterated what he was trying to say, paraphrased himself. Let me see. Okay, so what threw me off there was Mike coming in. All right, sweet, cool. Solid verse from Earl. Now we got Mike.
It's time to eat.
You remember I'm feeling like Aubrey. They ain't bread nigga how it involved me.
Drake. Assuming. I have no idea what he said there, but Genius is saying all my flaws and question mark dog teeth. That don't sound right though. It sounds like he's basically just saying I gave you everything. I gave you all of me.
Say what you are. How you lie?
He wasn't really faking too much, but he kind of was too, just at the same time.
Let me breaking my heart. How you ride, you stay in the car. I get hired and pay for my art. So when I'm buying.
Okay, so what he's basically getting into here is he gave everything of him, but the person that he was with was kind of faking, playing games with him, etc. That was solid too. Feels like he was just trying to go back to, tie it back to a relationship of sorts, compare it to what his mother and father were going through. So that ended with a sample from A Tempest, or an excerpt from A Tempest by Amy Cesare. I'm again probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I feel like I have to look into it a little bit further, but that probably is touching more into the title of the track. The title of the track again is Sentry. In my mind, Sentry is always something that's keeping watch, something that's kind of keeping things safe. But also the thing that came into mind or comes into mind normally when I think of Sentry is the Marvel hero. He's kind of torn, like, am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? That sort of thing. But it could, I don't know. I don't know what else Sentry could be going for in this case. Yeah, Sentry is basically just a guard, someone who watches against all these things. So maybe what Earl and Mike is trying to get across is that they have all these things that they've gone through, and they are their own sentry of sorts. So they're ones that are basically protecting themselves from other harms. With Mike's verse in particular, it seemed pretty straightforward that it was about a relationship that he was in where he was super upfront about everything. He was just being him. He was being genuine. But the other person in the relationship was not. And, he had to kind of figure that out. With Earl's, it's a little bit, actually, I guess it's kind of similar. Because in the opening lines, it says, "When I needed you the most, you was out." So the person that I guess he needed as a sentry just decided, nah, that's cool. I'm a dip. I see that you're going through something right now, but I can't help you. So I'm gonna go, and good luck with that. Which is probably not what he wanted to hear at that time, but it is what it is. Yeah, and then the whole rest of his verse is really solid too. There's a lot of play on words there. Shouts out to where he came from, where his family came from. The production from Alchemist, Uncle Al, always doing a good job. I am interested in hearing how the rest of this project sounds, because this is the kind of Earl that I enjoy more. I like this sort of slower flow sound to him. When he put out Sick, I believe. I think that's the name of the album. I like that a lot more than a lot of people did. Because that's just what I like Earl for. I didn't really care as much for some rap songs and Feet of Clay. But this here feels like a, again, natural progression from that sound that we got on Sick. Because he's hanging out with people like Mike and Navy Blue. Like, just people who have a very similar flow and delivery. In fact, if you listen to the song, you hear that Mike and Earl just kind of sound similar. The only difference is their voice. Like, they have kind of a more groggy, delayed, sort of laid back flow, but their voices themselves are obviously different because they are different people. Overall, I did enjoy that song. I thought it was a fun, solid listen. The production was good. And again, I'm excited to hear what the rest of this project sounds like. Hopefully it does come out tonight, because Lord knows we're not getting that Drake album, even though he's going to probably do it for the memes anyway. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this song and what your expectations for on the project. If you're watching this after the project comes out, let me know how the project is. And while you're down there, like and subscribe to see more content and ramblings like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.